You are too comfortable if you aren't learning and if you're not thinking differently about things.
Yeah.
If you've thought the same way about everything in your life forever, you're not growing. You're way too comfortable. Well, hi.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm excited today. I'm so excited.
I feel like you took one sip of your energy drink and you're already feeling
I did.
great.
I got very excited.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the mentality of it.
One of the reasons that I'm very excited is because, okay, do you know the movie How to Train Your Dragon?
Oh, yes.
Did you love
Absolutely.
that?
Yes.
Because I love that movie.
Yeah.
Did you know what's out now?
No.
The live action version. Yeah, dude. I'm going to go see it with Mitchell. Yeah. I woke up this morning
me too?
and I was like, hey, Google, play How to Train Your Dragon soundtrack.
I loved that movie. That's such a well-done movie.
Good. 1 and 2.
Yeah.
1 and 2 are amazing.
Yeah. Hiccup?
So
Are you
good.
kidding me?
Hiccup. Yeah.
I love him.
I don't know who's playing him or anything.
Yeah, I
but
have no idea.
I'm
sure
so excited.
Honestly, I'm
Yeah.
sure it's going to be epic. I would have high hopes for that. I'm so jealous. We were just going to go to the movies recently, but then I looked at what was playing and I felt like there was nothing good. Like I didn't recognize anything. I was like, we're not going.
Well, that's out. So
We're going.
okay. Also, I was talking to Mitchell and he was like, we're in a disagreement about this right now. Because I'll bring in things to the movie theaters, right? Like whatever. Snacks. I sneak them in like a normal
Of course,
person, right?
as one does, yeah.
And I was like, oh, God. I was like, babe, because we have like that big popcorn pack from Costco. I was like, I'll literally just bring in popcorn. And he was like, I will not allow you. I am not going to. I was like, I could tell you. He's like, you are going to reek of it right when you walk in and they're going to know. And I was like, the whole place smells like popcorn. You're not going to smell
How
that
would
on
they
me.
know?
How would they know? No one's going to know.
No one's gonna
I'm totally
know.
going to do that.
How are you bringing it in?
Just in a bag,
In a
like a
big
big purse.
bag?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you think the little bag of pop, and I'm just going to, boom, go.
Yeah. I see it. Popcorn, I feel like, is expensive there. I do, but also popcorn is an experience at the movie theater. I will say, like, that is, if I'm going to get anything there, it's either ices or it's popcorn.
It's popcorn. I'm always going to, but I was like, what if I just brought in my own popcorn?
Let me know how the experience goes.
Yeah, I'm totally going to do it.
Because I could definitely hop
if
on
Mitchell
that train.
will let me, because I don't know if he's going.
He
He doesn't
feels
like
pretty strongly.
He's pretty like that. Is why why do you? We were talking about this. He was like, we're looking at waters in the store, and I was like, oh, this one's like $149. This one's like $129. I got to get it. In the long run, like you think it's going to make a big difference, and it does not.
Yeah,
it makes no difference.
Yeah,
and I was like, why do I do that with everything still? But
that's true. I feel like you and Matthew are similar that way.
Yeah, it's like what it doesn't.
And then I'm like, just grab whatever you want.
It's going to be like $15 difference at the end of the month. Like it doesn't even matter. But popcorn at the movie theaters, like I don't know. So.
I'm so excited you're gonna go see that. I had no idea that was out.
Maybe we could all go see it.
I would be very down.
We should all go.
Yeah.
Okay, it's happening.
On Matthew's like 1 day free.
Whenever that is, let's do that. I'm going.
I've missed going to the movies. I don't know.
Yeah. We used to go to the movies all the time.
Yeah, the last time we went was for your birthday.
Yeah, that was awesome. We saw
a year ago?
You know what
was
I'm talking about?
It's
almost a year ago. Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh.
I've been since. Because Mitchell loves the movies.
That's true. Yeah. You've gone. I don't think we've gone since.
Yeah.
And then P.F. Chang's after.
Yeah. What was the movie that we went to go see?
I'm trying to remember. It wasn't. I'm picturing.
It's a Marvel. It's the guy with the guy. It's the guy that you like.
Deadpool.
Thank you. What's that main actor?
Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
Oh man, I used to have
the
such
fact
a
that I
crush on
didn't
him.
get that just now. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what's exciting in my life.
I love
that
it.
movie.
That is super exciting. That's big news.
Yeah.
I was trying to think if I have anything exciting, but I feel like
well, now that's part of
pretty
your exciting news.
normal. Yeah, now I'm going to see How to Train Your Dragon too.
Dude, it's gonna be legit. I saw previews for it last year in the movie theater. I told Mitchell, I was like, we're gonna go see that. And then the other day he was like, it's out, like it's in. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember the soundtrack at all, but I obviously remember. And I think the second one was good too.
Yeah.
Are there 3?
I thought there was only 2.
There were 2. Then there was also a series.
There's a series.
Yeah.
I never watched the series. You watched it?
I did, yeah. Watched a lot of it. My siblings were really into it. So,
Yeah.
like my younger ones. So that's the only reason I watched it.
That's the only reason.
Would never have watched it otherwise.
I'd watch that now. Okay. All right. Anyways, I'm Izzy.
I'm Maggie.
And this is the Long Game Podcast where we talk all things faith, fitness, and relationships. And today we're going to be talking about...
it's like a mix of things, like the soft life and how trendy that's become self-care and like then doing hard things and when that comes into play, where the balance is. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So let's dive in.
Let's do it.
And we were talking about this earlier, like what does the soft life mean?
Yeah.
And I was trying to think of a definition. I don't know if you have one off the top of your head, like what that means to you when you hear that.
Yeah, I think it's all based on individuals, like where everyone's at with that. Everyone has, but I think overall, if we think about like the Instagram soft life, I think we'll also define it as we answer these questions. But I think it's just like living. There's so many ways to go about it, but I really do think it's just like easy life.
Yeah, living almost gently, like being. I think for women, it's like being more in touch with your feminine side.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
But it's also, I think it can also err into the side of like staying comfortable and maybe too comfortable.
Yes,
which
that's why I'm so excited to chat about this.
Yeah, so
good.
it can. I think there is definitely a place for that because I know, especially for you, you've had moments in your life or seasons where you've gone like hard.
Yes.
All the time.
Yes.
No soft life kind of thing. And I think that's going to be really interesting to talk about. So I do agree. I think it's like that soft, slow, gentle kind of living.
Yeah, 100%.
Self-care.
Right out.
Which is
right
good.
Out. She's on. Okay.
So is the desire for the soft life always bad? And how have you viewed it over the years?
Not at all. I think we've there's been evolution in society towards that. I think especially from women. I don't think it's always bad or always good. And I think a lot of good has come from it. Also, I think that there's a lot of negative too that can come from it.
Well, yeah, I also feel like we live such an easy life now.
Already, dude.
Like already like just
our life
where we
is
live.
So easy.
Everything that we have.
Yeah,
that's the soft life to like so many other people in different countries.
Yeah,
already.
Yeah, I think about the grocery store. That's what I think about. I'm like, can I just go to the store and buy groceries? Like, yes. Are certain things very expensive right now? Yeah, but can I like? Do I have to go out there and hunt with my hands and like
and harvest the green beans, like
check my traps and my crops? Like nothing in the trap. Didn't get anything today. Like no, I guess I'm not eating. You know.
Yeah,
that's what it used to be. No. Yeah, I just go and I'm like, okay, go buy what I need to eat.
No, I do think that there's definitely a place, like as far as desiring the soft life, I think that is not a bad thing in and of itself.
No, not at all.
Or having some semblance of that within your life, like some aspect of it. I think that we are called to like slow down, to listen. Like I can't listen
to get into this.
To the Lord, to like what I'm called to do when I'm rushed,
yes.
when I'm anxious. So like when you have the soft life and it's gentle and like I'm still, like that's when you hear him. So there's absolutely a place for it, I think.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Good intro.
So how do you know? Oh, thanks. How do you know when you're actually avoiding something hard that God may be calling you to grow through? And I think that's something that's more prevalent because of how trendy the soft life is that if something hard comes up, and I do this too, where I find an excuse to not do it because I'm busy, like there's too much on my plate. But the underlying reason is really that just I'm fearful of doing that thing. Like what?
Yeah. What's an example of that?
Well, for example, I'm going on this mission trip with Matthew next month. And when he brought it up to me, my initial reaction was like, no, it's too soon after the wedding. Like 3 weeks is too long to take off work. Yeah. I can't do that. Like it's just not a good time.
Yeah.
But if I really searched deeper, which I did, I was like, that scares me. Like going out of the country, teaching VBS to kids in Hong Kong, like different language, being gone for 3 weeks and trying to prep work stuff
you had to
for
learn
that.
Chinese, like
I know I'm doing it. I'm not. I haven't learned a lick of Chinese yet. I should. But anyway, all of that. But
she's fluent. She's lying. She is fluent.
I will not attempt
in 6 weeks
right now. But the underlying reason really was like now you're thinking about me speaking Chinese.
I am.
And
sorry.
I'm thinking about Matthew.
What if you just showed up and just like surprised Matthew and you were just like, boom, just all of a sudden he's like, what?
That would be so
That'd
epic.
Be so awesome.
He would lose his mind.
Get on Duolingo.
Duolingo couldn't teach me Spanish. I don't think there's a lot of hope for Chinese, I'll be honest. Duolingo would be like, no,
Don't lean into the soft life. Don't be afraid of the challenge. Maggie, learn Chinese.
I'm afraid of learning Chinese.
Okay, sorry. That's a fair fear. That is a hard language.
I've been so intimidated. I've
been studying for years.
And what have you learned?
I know. No, I'm not gonna be racist. So I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
continue.
probably not. No, that's why I wasn't gonna do it either. But the anyway, the underlying reason of like not wanting to go on that mission trip, like my instinctual no, was really because I was uncomfortable with the idea
Of learning Chinese. No. Yeah.
Cut.
No,
Cut right
100%. No, I'm really tracking. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, that resonates with me. I didn't even think about this, but the first time I got an opportunity to speak in front of a big crowd, paid opportunity and everything, that feeling inside me was like, no, you're not ready. Don't do it. That's pushing you too hard. That's stressful. I could have gone down that route and I could have totally justified it and been like, yep, that, especially with society now, I could have been like,
thing. You can actually justify it
so easily
with reasonable excuses that people can't really argue with. They're like, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, I just wasn't ready like to push myself in that way. It was going to put me in too much stress and then it was going to like knock my confidence or whatever. And the reality is, even if I did it, and I failed, I flopped, it was bad, I would learn so much more than
By doing it.
and by failing. You learn by failing like so much than I would by even doing well, but definitely way more than just not doing it and coddling myself to prepare more and wait till I really felt ready.
Yep.
And I think that is something where I do see people get in the way of themselves and I've done it. I've 100% done it. I'm like, oh no, it's just like I wasn't ready. I didn't want to push myself too much. And it's like, what do you mean? No, you're avoiding the growth. You're avoiding the growth. And that really resonated when you said that, because that was something for me where literally my first reaction was like, oh, I don't want to.
Yes.
I want to talk myself out of this. And even as I was preparing for that keynote, there'd be times where I'm like, oh, I could just say there's too much. I could just,
It's so tempting. It's instinctual. And yeah, I'm not pointing out other people or doing it wrong. Like, I know I do that.
Oh, yeah.
All the time with myself. Like, my first response to anything uncomfortable is like, what's the excuse to not do it?
Yep.
Like, that's the first thought.
What's the conversation?
Yeah.
And that conversation and listening to it and knowing like that's fear. I feel like it actually is so rare that it's just really like, hey, that's not for you. You're not ready.
Yes.
Because is an opportunity ever going to come along that you're really, truly not ready for?
Yeah.
Usually almost no. Like almost never, because that's just not the way that like the world, that's not the way God made the universe. Like it doesn't happen that way. Like law of attraction, everything. It doesn't mean that you can't fumble because you didn't prepare well or, it was a little bit rushed, but that will fast track your growth anyways.
That's so true.
It will. Like
it
does. 100%. Waiting is like to do the thing that you don't feel like you're ready for is usually such a waste.
Man, that is so true. I love that. And even like if you're not quite ready, what a learning experience it'll still be. Even if it's not quite the perfect time. I mean, what even is the perfect time? And that's what Matthew said. He's like, there's never a convenient time to go out of the country for 3
do
weeks.
Anything.
Like to do anything.
That's why I say is like, if it's not a terrible time, if it is not the worst time, if not every single thing wrong that could be going wrong is going wrong, it is the perfect time to do the thing. I don't care what it is, if it's to start the gym, if it's to start the business, if every single thing in your life isn't going wrong to make that thing happen, it's the perfect time.
Yeah.
And it's so rare that everything's going to crap. Like, you know what I mean? Like really, actually. It's so rare. So almost now is always the best time.
Yeah.
That was I love that. That was so good. Yeah.
But I think, recognizing what is the the actual underlying reason, not like the surface level excuses that instinctually come up, but like actually, and if it's fear based, it's like that we don't make decisions out of fear.
Yeah. There's this this philosopher, I don't even remember his name or whatever, but I remember this one kid, he was blind, and this one kid asked him, he's like what's the answer to life? And he was like, I can literally give you the answer to life. And he gave him a couple things, and one of the things he said was like, always choose the most exciting path. Always choose the path that's more exciting.
Wow.
And when I'm on the teetering of that, and I literally thought of that when I was going to accept that opportunity to speak or not, it was like, what is more exciting?
Wow.
To go do it. So go do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. It also makes it a lot more cut and dry.
Yeah. Just do what's more exciting.
Yeah.
I still do that. I do
like
that.
that.
With
I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah. What's more exciting? Boom. That's what I'm doing.
Because then it also takes like the nerves out of it. It's not like which one makes me more nervous. It's like what's exciting, like and then it reframes it.
Yes. Ah, so good.
That's so good. I love that.
I'm excited.
Let's go. Yeah. That was only question 3. We're doing amazing.
We're crushing.
Okay. Do you think our generation confuses staying comfortable with the soft life?
Confuse it. Sorry, read that again.
Do you think our generation, because it is very trendy to live this soft life, confuses staying comfortable with the soft life?
Yeah, because if you're constantly comfortable, then you're not growing. 1000%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I don't think that the soft life completely equates necessarily with staying comfortable.
Not at all. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Because we know scientifically, it is proven over and over again that humans are not happy without challenge in their life. We're not. We're not designed to be that way. It's like the study on the rats, like that live in the cage. Have you heard the study?
Explain it.
So there's a group of rats, and they all live in this one cage in this one habitat basically. And in this one group, there's like a little bit less food for all of them to be like full every single day. Mm-hmm. And then on the other group, the rats have a surplus of food. Mm-hmm. And basically they watch these rats for a duration of time. And what happens is the ones who have a little bit less thrive and do really well. And then the ones who don't end up turning on each other. They end up dying. Like, it's terrible. Like, their life expectancy goes down, like everything.
Wow.
Because they have no challenge. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I always remember that. I'm like, I'm literally not happy if I'm not being challenged.
Yeah. But it's so easy in our life now to not be challenged.
Yeah, I know.
To stay comfortable. Like, I feel like it's never been easier.
Protect your peace. Protect your peace.
Exactly. And those, there's value to like protecting my peace and like taking space and like wellness days, all the things like self-care.
100%.
There's value there, but it's a slippery slope to being a cop-out. And I think that's the problem with how trendy it's become. And like with our generation, it's become a cop-out.
Yeah. And to not have the hard conversation that could be very productive, that could, end up mending the relationship. Instead, now, all you can do, you're allowed to just, I just completely cut that person out of my life. I ghosted them. I didn't try and resolve it at all because I need to protect my peace.
Yes.
It's very selfish.
Yeah.
And it actually doesn't make you happier and help you.
It doesn't. Like you said, it doesn't challenge you.
Yeah.
And you stay in that rut.
Yeah.
Like nothing changes.
Yeah. Yeah. I've done it. I've done that before for sure. Now I'm like, no.
Well, it's tempting.
Yeah. Because it's so socially acceptable now.
Yeah. You can't really argue with like, I'm protecting my peace. Like, what am I going to tell you? Like, don't protect your peace.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing to argue because it's so subjective.
Yeah.
But if you look at what's actually good for you, it's taking on the challenge.
Yeah. And peace, that's also messing up like peace.
Like what peace
is. That's
such a good point.
Because it's like, are you really going to have, for one, I can't have peace without Jesus. And Jesus also calls us to be at peace with everyone. So if I'm just putting walls up to everyone,
wow,
I can't actually be peaceful.
Yeah.
I can't just cut someone out and be like, now I'm peaceful and I feel good, because I can't, because that's not what I'm called to do.
Yeah.
So if I'm not in alignment and if I'm not trying my hardest to be at peace with the people that I need to be at peace with in my life, I actually won't have that internal peace.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's such a good point.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Today's so good.
Just killing it. Okay. What are some hard things you've been through that ended up being deeply formative?
Injury.
Ooh. Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
I've had 5 knee surgeries. I've had 2 ACL tears. I've had a quad tear. I've had 2 failed scope knee surgeries and then a total cartilage replacement on my left knee in October. Was that 8 months ago or whatever? Yeah.
Wow.
Injury has been one of the greatest challenges I've faced in my life, especially as an athlete.
Yeah. At what point, like in your injuries, were you able to look at them and go, like, this is deeply formative. Like, this is going to be good for me ultimately, even though it's really hard right now? Like, did it change from injury to injury, how you viewed it?
100%. Yeah, I used to always ask why. I wanted the why so bad for so
Of course.
long. Like, why was I gifted this athletic ability if I can't use it? Like, why? I think once you can finally get away from why and change it to the what am I doing instead, and the how I'm doing it instead, then you can kind of like grow from it. That's definitely been some, and I still have moments of slipping into it and being like, this really sucks. I am not physically capable because of this injury that I have on my knee of doing the things I actually want to do. And I haven't been for years now. And it's 100% still painful, but it's forced me to grow in every other way. I don't know if I probably wouldn't have a podcast right now. If I hadn't, I probably wouldn't have the business that I have right now. I wouldn't have I wouldn't have met my husband. I wouldn't have met Mitchell because that changed my whole path. So I've seen God use like literally every single thing that sucked for good. But there's definitely been times where I've been like, this really sucks.
Of course. Yeah. And of course you still feel like that. That's very fair. But that you can see like how much good has come from that and how much you've grown as a person.
Yeah.
And really like rounded out in so many other, like the skills that you've developed because you weren't able to pursue the path that you initially thought you would.
Yeah.
It was huge.
I genuinely wasn't intelligent, I feel like, to a degree for a long time because I just wasn't, I had the capability to be intelligent, to be smart, to be quick thinking, but I had never nurtured that. All I was an athlete. And once I started to get injured, I was like, dude, I want to be smart. I want to have big thoughts. I want to have thoughts that don't define every other thought that I have.
Yeah.
I want to think bigger. I want to think greater. I want to learn new things. I want to read. I want to write. I want to like know all that. And because I had all those injuries, I started to like just become smarter. Yeah. Like spend time like learning stuff and becoming.
Although to be fair, I think you've always been smart. I mean,
Thanks.
I've known you since you were 7 and everyone has known like how smart you are.
Thanks. I think maybe it's just like educated. I wasn't educated.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
You definitely leaned into actually studying and like
enjoying because if you don't apply yourself, then you're just smart in your own, like in that, and you're not expanding it at all.
You just had your street smarts.
Yes,
and then you got your book smarts. Like that's
I used to always say that. I was like, I'm street smart, which I was.
You would say that,
but I knew I was, and that's the only kind of smart I thought I could be. And I was like, no, it's dope to like learn other stuff.
I know, and now look at you. I love it.
Look at me.
That's awesome. I feel like as far as hard things for me, I think I learned a lot just relationally. I feel like I had times when I was younger where I felt like I had a lot of trust broken. And I think I learned very young just about like forgiveness and how huge that is. And that's been massive for like the rest of my life since I learned that as like a teenager.
Wow.
But I think it came from like feeling really deeply hurt and feeling betrayed and then realizing like the only way I'm going to get past this is by learning how to forgive and like what a process that is. And I'm really grateful now that I learned that.
Yeah.
And it's something that I'll use for the rest of my life. But I think that for sure, because obviously betrayal and like hurt and broken trust, all those things like are not great in the moment.
Yeah.
But hindsight, time like is so healing. And then forgiveness, just like learning how to forgive that person and move on fully healed is like such a beautiful thing. To me.
Yeah.
Like I'm so grateful for it.
That's cool. I'm proud of you.
No.
That was really awesome.
I know. I'm pretty great.
I've evolved in ways most couldn't comprehend.
Most couldn't fathom. All right. What are some signs that you've gotten too comfortable in your routine or relationships? I think when you're not nurturing them. Like I think sometimes I love with us that we're really aware and cognizant of hanging out, having one-on-one time, and not getting, and I think that there have been phases where we haven't like talked as much on the phone or hung out as much in person. And I never like to be that comfortable in our relationship because it is something I want to nurture. But I feel like, when we're not being super intentional, that's when I know I'm getting, or when I'm not being super intentional, that's when I know I'm getting too comfortable.
Yeah. Ooh, that's good. I like that. I didn't really think about it in relationships. I thought about it in, what was it? Just in your life? What was it? Just or in your routines, right?
In your routine or relationships. Yeah, either one.
In routines, what my thought was is if you're not learning, if you are not learning new things, you are too comfortable.
Oh, I like that.
Like 100%. And now there's so many ways to learn, but there's so many times like I just learned from you, like even just podcasting, talking to you, I'm like, oh, I love that perspective. I know I'm growing because I'm getting new perspectives, or, I listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff like that, or short clips and stuff. You just like learn. You are too comfortable if you aren't learning and if you're not thinking differently about things. If you've thought the same way about everything in your life forever, like you're not growing. You're way too comfortable.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to take on new perspectives and be like, yeah, that was an old perspective. That was me being really prideful about that. I've done that so much. Like I used to think it was totally okay and totally cool. Just be like, yep, cutting them out, not talking to that person ever again. Screw them. No, that's me, that's that self-preservation versus like, how can I grow in this? Yeah.
That's so true. I even think about that when I'm scrolling on like social media, because whatever I listen to a lot is obviously going to pop up more and more. That's the algorithm. And sometimes I'll see a lot of political stuff that like aligns with what I think, but like
that's a red flag for me too.
Don't like it.
It's a red flag for me.
I'm like, 100%. I need to stop listening to this person for a while. It's just like, it's too much confirmation bias to me. And then I'm not actually thinking freely. I'm just like getting my same thoughts confirmed, and I want to be open.
Same. Literally same.
To hearing different opinions, different sides of the story. I'm hearing one very specific side.
I hate it when I'm not. Yes.
And oftentimes it's like too extreme.
I'm like, what is this? I'm like, ew. I've really felt it. I'm like, what are we doing here?
There's moderation.
Hate both extremes. Okay, left and right.
Yeah,
can't stand it. I'm like, what are we doing here?
It's too much.
And it's so against, and because I've been watching The Chosen. I love The Chosen.
Nice.
But it's so against like who Jesus is and was. And like he brought in the extremes of people and was like, we're coming together.
Yeah.
We're coming together.
Yeah.
Like I was learning more about like whose disciples actually were and their backgrounds and how much that actually clashed.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I didn't really realize the extent of that. I was like, that's sick. And I was like, yeah, we're not called to be. The extremes suck. There's
Agreed.
They suck so bad, and it's gotten so worse. I feel like
know,
so much worse. I'm just like, yeah.
I know, but like that's literally what Jesus came to do, is like unify people, and the extremes do the exact opposite.
Yeah. So it's so lame.
Yeah. But I like that you think that too about political stuff, because I totally have noticed that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't need all this.
I need to be aware of that on my IG. Okay. How do you balance being kind to yourself without letting yourself off the hook from growth?
And I think when I first read this question, it was about how do you rest and also grow? Was that same question?
Yeah, that might be that same one. Yeah. Go ahead and expand on that.
I broke this down, how do you rest and also grow, with the micro and the macro. So resting in the micro will help me grow in the macro.
Wow.
And that has been something that's been crazy. So it's like, am I getting enough sleep today? Did I pause enough today? Did I take care of myself well enough today? That's the micro. And that's okay to really lean into, because that's really important.
Wow.
And if I do that really well, then in the macro and actually growing, my relationships, my business spiritually, I can skyrocket because I'm taking care of myself in the micro.
You can be full steam ahead.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. That like clicked for me today. I was like, that is it. That is it. Because am I trying to rest all the time so I can do nothing? No. Or am I trying to rest and take really good care of myself so that I can grow in the macro?
Yes.
And that's kind of like, I thought of that today. I was like, dang, like that is it. That felt like that clicks
That
something for
makes
me.
so much
Yeah.
sense to me. That's
Yeah.
such a great breakdown of it.
Yeah.
I love that. Rest in the micro so you can grow in the macro.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh,
It felt,
that's
dude, that's
so
why I literally like
good.
canceled my hair appointment this morning because I was like, I got to rest because I want to crush this podcast today.
Yeah.
You know? I was
That's
like, boom.
awesome.
Yeah.
I love
So
that.
that's kind of my breakdown for that. And
That's so good.
I
Yeah,
liked
I'm
it.
like, I don't even think I have anything to add to that. That's
all right,
so
boom.
good.
Next question.
That's epic. No, we
Yeah, I
need
liked
that like framed. Like that is
Yeah.
a legit quote
Yeah. Yeah.
to live by.
I'm gonna post that.
You
Yeah.
should. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that is the difference from like some of that like soft going too soft because then it's like, are you just trying to be soft so you're never growing, so you're super comfortable all the
Yeah.
time in your life and that you don't have any plans, or are you really taking care of yourself on the day to day so that you can
Yeah.
grow long term?
I agree. And I think like I know that I shouldn't be resting when rest makes me uncomfortable. Like when I've been watching too much TV or if
Yeah,
I've
I'm
like
like
have
there.
napped for too long or something. Like
Yeah.
I get that feeling in my
like,
stomach
ugh.
and I'm like, I know I need to be doing
Yeah.
things, or I'm using it like I'm using rest as like a procrastination tool. Like I'm gonna rest or I'm gonna watch TV so I
Yeah.
don't have to do this other thing.
Yeah.
Like that's when it becomes an inhibitor for me.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not as great of an explanation as yours.
No,
but
no,
I
it's
really think, yeah, you should write that down.
I will. I am gonna write that down.
Copyright somehow. Okay, how can women specifically navigate the tension between softness and strength?
When I was thinking about this, I was like, number one, stop comparing yourself to guys in business and just like in the way that they run their lives, because that's kind of what I compare it to.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of this like soft era came from and everything, which is
Yeah.
a good thing, 100%. And there's a reason that, you know, I can't put out the same amount of reps and the same amount of time that a man can and be totally fine. Like I just can't. It's just not the same. I don't function that way. Most women don't. And that's okay.
Yeah.
You don't need to like compare. They do their thing, we do our thing, and that's totally fine. It doesn't matter. Like
It's biological.
don't compare it.
Right.
Do it the way that you need to do it.
Yeah.
That was kind of my thought on that. I was like, I just don't even. I think I have gotten in trouble when I am like trying to do the same as a man and do it in the same way. It's just it doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Does
I can't
it,
do this.
Like, do you get burnt out or you're just like, this just doesn't
Yeah.
flow for me?
Yeah, I'm so stressed. So stressed.
Yeah.
I'm way too stressed. And like I like to think that, and like technically I can, but then it leads to like a crash and like all those things. It's like, no, I don't need to do that. I just don't need to. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's also not mistaking like strength for like not being strong all the time.
Yeah.
For weakness, like that being a bad
Yeah.
thing. It's like
No.
I have so many different fluctuations
Dude.
all the time.
Yes.
And then I do look at Matthew or I look at other guys, not in a comparison way, but I just like see the difference. I'm like, he's so steady all the time. He does not have
No, I
those
know.
fluctuations. The way that he is able to work is different from how I'm able to work.
Way different. You just, yeah, the things that Mitchell can do day to day, just cranking out manual labor. I don't know what it is, like anything.
Yep.
I mean, I would be like, I'm out of commission for like days doing all that.
It's true. But
Yeah.
then on the flip side, like Matthew's like, I don't know how you focus on your work for so long. Like
Mitchell
I will
does
just
the
be
same with me.
zoned in. And
and
he's
just be like, yeah.
yeah, like nothing else. Like I'm just in it and I can be in it for hours, whatever. He's
Same.
like, I would get up, I'd move around, like I'd get distracted. He's like, there's no way I could do that.
Mitchell says the same thing.
Yeah.
That's also, women are more focused on the micro. We're way better at the micro.
Yeah.
Men way better at the macro, the bigger picture. They're going to be
Yep.
zoomed out. They're going to be thinking about all the things. And then we're like, da-da-da. We can like lock in on all the details. 100%. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think also we were talking about this like between the soft life and then being strong all the time. Like I think that our husbands have given us such a great space to be soft when we
100%.
need to be
Yeah.
soft. And not feel like we need to be on and strong all the time.
Yeah.
Like however I feel, like I have a space to feel like that,
Yeah.
which is so nice.
It's the best.
Yeah, it's like I don't feel like I have to be one or the other all the time at
Yeah.
all. And I think that's huge.
Yep. Yeah. Just not trying to be something you're not and
Yeah.
fit in that box, because that'll burn you out really fast.
Agreed.
Just flow. Just flow. Get it, and get a man who's totally down with you just being on your roller coaster.
and just like this the whole time.
Yeah.
So ideal. Okay, how do you navigate overproductivity or perfectionism?
I would say, in my experience, over productivity and perfectionism is a selfish way of acting. When it's bad, it's a selfish. It's about, I need it to look a certain way because of me, because my name's on it, and it's got to be this way, and I can't let that level drop. Versus when I'm just actually being productive and I'm thinking about, where I'm headed, I'm focused on how much can I help the people that I'm trying to help? What is getting me closer to the goal of helping this many more people and, expanding my business in these areas. When I'm being a perfectionist and I'm locking all the details, I'm just being super selfish, super insecure. When it's too much.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with wanting things done well and wanting things done right, because I do like that. But when you are so consumed with it, it's usually just like ego. It's your ego. You're afraid that people are going to see you a certain way, and you're just like, it's got to be,
Yeah.
And that is, I think, can be really unhealthy. And I've had phases of doing that. I'm never happy when I'm in that phase.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I do feel like overproductivity oftentimes is like an ego thing, and
Yes.
it's less about what you're actually doing,
Yes.
what you're producing, and it's about you and how you look.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. Yep. Yeah, we're right on. That's the same thing.
I completely agree.
It's like,
and then perfectionism. I mean, we've talked about this. It's, for me, I've definitely had my phases of feeling like things need to be perfect.
Yeah.
And like, I'm very detail oriented, but it's like letting go of the little things that don't matter in the big picture.
Yep.
Like if it's not the needle movers, like we've talked about, it's okay to let go.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go, dude. Let it go.
100%.
Yeah, that was a good one.
All right. What practices or habits do you have right now that feel hard in the moment but create peace in the long run?
I think what I've learned is anything that is difficult to do consistently, that's based on growth, is going to create peace. And so if I don't do it, I'm not going to have that peace.
Yeah.
And so I think because I can think about it that way, then I always want to do it.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, in the long run, is this going to give me the peace that I want? And, okay, then I got to do it.
Yep.
Because I'm not going to be happy if I don't do it.
Well, yeah. And I think it's like so many of our daily habits. It's like, I don't hate working out, but there are definitely times where I'm like, this is miserable. Like, I don't want to do this.
Really sucks.
This really sucks. This is really hard.
Yeah.
I know, like, the day after that I'm going to be so grateful that I did it.
Yeah.
That it's good for me. I was thinking that same thing about prayer too. I was trying to pray today in the car as I was driving, and I was like, oh, I keep getting distracted. Like, this is so irritating. Like, I can't focus. But I was like, this is good. Like, I need to do this. And it's going to bring me peace. I mean, prayer, of course, is going to bring me peace if I'm making time for it. But I kept getting frustrated, and I almost wanted to be like, oh, I'll just do this later.
Yes.
But I was like, no, I need to focus in right now.
That's super good.
And I also think that God really, like, appreciates when we're trying so hard.
Yeah.
Like, it makes that much more of a difference when it's not easy to pray.
That's really good.
He's just like, oh, you're trying really hard to have a conversation right now, and I can see it's difficult, but I appreciate you trying.
I love that. I heard something the other day that was like, if you feel like you can't pray, you need to pray because something's trying to make you feel like you can't pray.
That's
and I was
really
like,
good.
Ooh, I was like, that's really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it really is like, it was the busyness of work, and I felt like I had a bunch of
it
tasks.
always is.
And it does feel like something like, oh yeah, well, I should do these tasks first and then I'll pray. And it's like, where are my priorities?
Dude, I did that last night.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It was like, I was kind of winding down for the day, and I felt all this anxiety come in, and Mitchell and I were getting in the hot tub. We were about to like chill and have a good time. And I was like, we got to stop right now. And I was like, I need to pray. We need to pray. I prayed, then he prayed, take my 10 deep breaths. And then I'm like, boom. And it's like, I'm better. I'm good.
Good to go.
Why would I delay doing that? Why do sometimes I'm like, what are we doing here?
I know.
What
and
am
I've
I
been thinking about
doing?
that. I was like, because Matthew and I pray in the evening. I'm like, we need to start praying before we watch a show, before we chill.
Yes.
Like, do it before. That way, if it gets late, prayer isn't the thing that's cut off.
Yep.
It's like something else that's way more expendable.
Yep.
But like, prayer should be the thing that's prioritized.
Yeah. It's the thing that makes me feel good, okay?
Exactly.
Why am I not
huge.
doing this?
Agreed. All right. Should we wrap up with one more question?
Yes. Uno mas.
All right. What encouragement would you give to someone who is afraid to do the hard thing but knows they need to?
From my experience, I think the main thing that has always helped me is just connecting to the why. What is your why?
Yeah.
If you know you need to do this thing, why are you doing that thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you break it down and you're like, okay, this is why. I want a better relationship with this person, or, you know, I want to be a millionaire, whatever it is. And then you go and you look at, well, what's the thing that I'm not doing to take that step? And then I just compare that thing, right? So it's like, all right, I want to watch this episode right now, or I need to go map out a plan for my business or make a phone call, like whatever it is. I'm like, okay, I go to the end goal, the why. All right, so do I want to watch this episode, or do I want to be a millionaire? It's pretty easy once you go like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to be a millionaire. Okay.
Just break it down.
Yeah, I'll go do that.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, look at the outcome.
Yes.
Like, what happens when I do the thing?
Yeah. Oh.
What happens when I go on the mission trip? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
what's the growth there?
Yeah.
And it
makes
so
it
worth
easy.
it. Yep.
It makes it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the big picture.
Yeah.
I love that.
That was awesome.
Great sewed.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. Cheers. Thank you for listening. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, I would greatly appreciate if you could share this episode with 5 people you think could benefit from the show. Also, please feel free to connect with me on Instagram at IzzyChinche or my website at izzychinche.com. Thank you so much for being you. Keep being a leader and making this world a better place.